Nice.
All right. What do we got in the news, Skinny Jodi Miller?
So ABC 7 New York anchor Ken Rosado, how I pronounce his name, was fired for, I love this, hot mic insult. I just love it. It's a mic that's on, obviously, for the people that are listening. They're like, what's a hot mic? It's not just a mic that's attractive.
Right.
It's live.
It's a live
It's a live mic. And he used to be a priest, which is why this is so shocking. So, okay. So ABC News 7 anchor in New York City was fired after a hot mic allegedly caught him insulting his co-host. Apparently, Ken, there we go.
Oh, she's cute.
She is cute. Charlene Alcott. He called her a C triple asterisk. I'm going to assume he called her a cunt.
Yes, he did.
Which, by the way, I am not, side note, that word does not offend me. I just think word only has power if you give it power.
Well, when two women
offended.
call each other the C word, it's good, it's sexy, it's hilarious.
Is it?
Yeah.
I actually, it's not a word that I'm like, okay, maybe she is being a cunt. I don't know her, so.
But he can't say it. He's a dude. It's like the N-word.
No.
You cannot fucking say
you
it.
can't say that.
You know,
if he's British, he can.
Yes, he can say it.
Tucker
British.
Carlson,
You're right.
that's what got him fired. He did all this shit. People were like, oh, he's outrageous. But then when he called his boss the C word, that was it.
Right. So anyway,
Oh, that's what got him fired?
Yeah, and he also said, I
said
want
that
her
for
to
real?
know I'm called. Like, he
Oh,
did
well.
it. He went above and beyond. It wasn't just like to his buddies. He's like, I want her to hear that I did that, which tells me he wanted to get fired.
Didn't they just, well, this is a little insider baseball, but I talked to Tucker yesterday.
Oh,
you did?
and he told me why he was fired.
Oh, good.
And then the news broke today. I just want to make sure the news is out there before.
It's
before
a
I
Dominion
out it.
thing real that they
Before we
said,
go?
you got to fire Tucker Carlson, because that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy that they had that power. And Fox should have been like, well, we'll just go to court. But how did they, Murdoch, I'm going to tell you something about the Murdochs. I worked for them for a long time. I used to the last time I saw all three Murdochs, the dad, two sons, at 2018 at the Fox commissary, and Trump was going off on something. I go, hey, when's your dad? I said to Lachlan, when's your dad going to do something about that? Like, he goes, I'm going to tell you something. I said, is your dad even in charge? He goes, my dad's in charge. And when he makes a move, it will be fast on anybody and instant, and you will know it. And so I assume that's what happened with Tucker Carlson. The old man's like, fuck that. I don't want to testify.
Well, that's just out today where they said it was part of the
I saw that
settlement,
too. I saw that too.
And in a world where you can't believe anything, believe this one.
It is?
That's exactly what was told to me.
Wow.
Yes. Which is interesting, but it kind of makes sense because everyone was like, he was number one in his time
it was
slot.
very
Why
strange.
Well, Roger
would you-
Ailes was
would you
number
do
one
that?
too. Bill O'Reilly. Fox has a system, man. They'll do this, they'll do this, they'll do, and then they're like, it's over. Why wouldn't they fire Maria Bartichova or whatever her name?
Bartoloma or something?
Who constantly?
Yes.
Tucker was not the worst offender on the Dominion shit.
No, I think Dominion was just like, there's, when you sue somebody, there's two reasons you sue them. One is to get money. The other is to hurt them as much as possible. And sometimes one can take precedent over the other. You go, I'd rather fuck that person's world up more than
get
even
money.
take their money. Or if I can do both,
Even better.
that's a win-win. So they're like, we need a bunch of money and we'd like to fuck their world up. And firing the low-rated weekend anchor does not fuck their world up. And I think that's why they
Have you ever heard of a settlement like that where they had that kind of power to say, I want $800 million, and by the way, here's a personnel decision that I want you to make? I mean, that seems like they.
No, but like, in lawsuits, like sort of everything is on the table.
Yeah.
Right.
You can go, there's a lot of like, here's what I want, and you can never talk about this in public like ever again. There's always and you can't,
Right.
or and I also need,
Right.
or it's like, we're getting divorced, I want the money, and I want the horse. You know what I mean? Like, there's always
There's always something, that one thing that you know is going to really just...
Right. So it's like a big pile of asks,
I get
and
that.
they did not want to go down that road further into litigation. And also, Roger Ailes was going to have to come up and testify at age 93. And he's, to quote Danny Glover, he's getting too old for this shit, I think. And so they said, fine.
But they have to pay Tucker a lot of money. They still on his contract. It's not
He
like
has a lot. He doesn't even need that money.
No, he
so
doesn't.
much money.
But I like when other people explain that other people don't need that kind of money.
I
know. Everyone feels like they need their money.
Isn't
though.
he from the Swanson family, right? What? No. What family is he from?
No, he's his dad invented the TV dinner.
Yes.
That's not
he
even.
is the Swanson from the. Yeah.
I did not know that.
I wish that was my dad.
I know that because I work on a trivia show.
I'd be swimming in Salisbury Steak
Seriously,
right now. Look, first off, his life is that of a monk in terms of how he lives his life.
Oh, really?
His kids live in the main house. He explained this to me on the podcast a few years ago. He lives in the guest house with his wife and his dog, and he literally doesn't buy jewelry or go on expensive vacations or whatever. I mean, he lives very, I don't want to say like a monk, but I mean, for a guy who makes millions of dollars, he lives sort of upper middle class.
Well, how old are his kids?
Yeah,
Live
how
in
old
a
are his
house
kids?
by themselves.
Exactly.
There's 3 and 4.
No, they're adults.
Okay, that's
okay,
cool.
so all right.
Yeah, so there you go.
So that tells you right there that kids should be in the guest house. Like, you're a big proponent of kids got to tow their own weight. Here's fucking Tucker Carlson's kids living off the fucking land over there. He has to sleep in the guest house.
I know.
They're
But
so
he's choosing
spoiled.
to sleep in the guest house.
Yeah.
With his TV dinners.
Yeah, they should be lucky. They should be in a tent in the backyard.
What is this? What is it? Swanson?
Is it Swanson?
Yeah.
We'll look it up.
Yeah,
What
it is
America
Swanson.
is
It
coming
is.
to.
His
It is
dad
Swanson.
invented that?
No, but
No,
it's-
his dad
but
was
it's-
the CEO of that company.
of that company. Yes.
Yeah, the people that try to tell me on TV, whoever they are, about masculinity, whether it be Josh Hawley or one of these other fucking, we're losing masculinity. It's a weird thing to talk about.
Masculinity.
To hear it from a guy like Josh Hawley or anybody like I'm teaching people how to be masculine. You either, if you're masculine, you don't talk. You don't like, I'm going to write a book about how to do this. You just are. Yeah.
Sorry, what story were we on?
Where Tucker Carlson, your friend,
Stepmother's the Swanson, according to my screen.
That's
here.
cool.
Tucker's middle name is Swanson.
Is that true? Are you shitting
Thankfully,
me?
it's not mashed
That's
potatoes.
what the screen says.
Oh my God, fuck that
Tucker
guy.
Salisbury steak.
I like the double, the extra meat, handyman, hungry man, Swanson dinners.
The pecking order for frozen dinners that I grew up on
Was.
I think number one is either fried chicken or the turkey kind of Thanksgiving
Yeah, I like
themed
that.
Yeah,
one.
those two are the best.
And a
I
little
like it.
cobbler square.
I don't like the cobbler. The
like the
cobbler's
cobbler.
gross. It's always a weird blackberry-ish cobbler. I like the brownie.
Yeah, it's got some crust though. You got to eat it.
But also the cobbler would be adulterated by a couple of peas and carrot cubes, which found its way onto the cobbler
And the mashed
somewhere
potatoes.
in the process.
Did you notice around the perimeter of the mashed potatoes was always crusty and
Oh,
hard?
I love that crust.
You just,
That's basically what's left on the stick after a corn dog. That's the most precious.
it's the best part.
When my ship arrived,
corn
I'm going to
dog.
have servants make me casseroles out of just what was on the stick from the corn. I'm going to buy
love
corn dogs.
corn
We're going to
dogs.
pull them off. We're going to throw them away. We're going to get they're going to scrape what's on the stick, and we're going to tell them to buy the Swanson's dinner
Yes.
and just give me the crusty part
Nice.
of,
You just
want
of
the
the
crust
mashed
around it.
potatoes.
That's
That's
fair.
right.
And you could was having TV dinners normal in your childhood, or was it a special occasion like at my childhood?
My mom, I hope you guys are sitting down, didn't cook.
Yeah.
So it was TV dinner or was
Nice.
sort of nothing. So we ended up doing a lot of TV dinners. Do not sleep on the Mexican TV dinner with the enchilada
Ew, no.
and the refried beans
do
and
it.
rice. Don't sleep on it.
I'm sleeping on it. I don't like it.
Your eyelids are getting heavy, Jody. What?
I'm not an enchilada girl.
Oh, it's off.
No, I don't.
You get none of my sperm.
I've already got it. I've
You
already
don't
got
like
it.
enchiladas?
I don't. It's not my jam anymore. And I definitely didn't like them when I was younger. I grew up in Jersey. If it wasn't meatballs and spaghetti.
Okay.
I don't like hot stuff. My tongue, I burned it. I have a show business injury. I burned it in doing Hot Ones, a show on the internet where you eat hot sauce 1 through 10 on the chicken things. And I was like, I'm going to finish this no matter what. I'm from Iowa. I've eaten a lot of hot stuff. I was doing good. The guy's interviewing you. And I got to number 7. I'm like, oh, shit, something's going on. It's crazy hot. And right after the show, they're like, hey, great job. Can we take your mic off? I go, this makes no sense, but I'm so fucking mad at you right now. Stay the fuck away from me. My tongue, I just have to, give me 45 minutes. It took 45 minutes, and my tongue has never been like ketchup is
fucked it
spicy
up.
now.
Wow.
So yeah, that was a bad thing with my tongue.
All right, sorry, Joe.
Back to cunt.
Oh yeah, do we have a
Charlene.
tape of him?
I don't. Did they? Oh, do they have a tape?
Was
That'd
it-
be great.
But I'm guessing he was fucking
Listen,
around.
no, I don't
right?
think he
Oh,
wasn't
meant
because
it.
they're also saying so. Apparently, it was off the air when the insult was made. They picked it up on the open mic, like the mic that was live, and he was immediately let go, like immediately. And they're also saying there's speculation that he used a racial slur, but his agent denies that, of course. But here's the thing. He once lived to serve God, as they said. He was a priest. He was a priest in 2000 at least.
Is that him?
I think.
I feel like we've lowered the bar for the priest expectations over the last
Also,
several years
so
in this
let me just
country,
ask
and
you
no
a
longer
question
he
now.
was
Yeah.
a man of the cloth.
Yeah,
But
no, that's
also-
like
I think molestation when
Yeah,
I hear
let's keep
priest
that on
now.
the
But
down
also,
low.
that let me ask you, like, are you a priest and you're like, I really want to be a news anchor? That is such a jump.
I'll tell you the problem inherent with news anchor.
Please.
You learn to despise the person who sits next to you. It's baked in.
I watch
It's,
the morning
it's
show. I know.
woven in.
I know.
It has to be, especially two women. They're just gonna. They have to hate each other. If one's a little younger, a little skinnier, but you will learn to hate the person next to you. Now that happens in all forms of employment. Every time I work construction, there were three assholes on the job site. When you worked at the Hormel factory, you hated some of those guys. When you get into making productions and films and stuff like that, there's an executive producer guy. You fucking can't stand that guy, which is fine. It's how work goes. It could go no other way. But in those situations, you don't have to pretend like you like them.
Right.
You just don't like them.
Don't like 'em.
And you don't need to do the fake laugh or the, oh, you are silly or whatever. This is a situation where you hate the person next to you like everyone does at work.
Yep.
And you have to then shower them with praise and laugh heartily at their bad jokes. And it's too much.
Yeah.
It becomes too much. And then they snap.
Well, here's how you
That's
get
the
over
problem.
it. You get a common enemy. What do you have? You're
Yeah.
a co-actor, like the weatherman.
Yes.
The fucking weatherman. I mean, he's so
Or
fucking
the general
humiliating.
manager, somebody else that you hate and you can get on together. My thing is like, how stupid are you? You are still wired. You are sitting at your desk. It is a break, and you say something. You hold off until you're in your dressing room or you're
By now.
yeah, by now, after everything we've
But
seen.
can I? All right. But let me just tell you about humanity.
Do you think he wanted? You think
thought-
he wanted to get caught?
No, I thought once someone invented a Ring doorbell, there would be no more people stealing shit on porches. And I thought once 7-Eleven put a surveillance camera in, there would be no more robbing.
Right.
7-Eleven, because we have film of you. And
Or once the cops had wear the things, they would
The body
stop
cams,
shooting.
the body
people.
cams.
well,
Yeah.
once. It has not slowed people down at all. We've actually sped up a little bit. So this notion of like, come on, it's a mic, it's a hot mic, like you should know, has not thwarted anybody's ability to do this. And we've all, and Tom, you've been here, loved up on set, prolonged periods of time.
Yeah.
Got to use the head. Take a phone call, talk
Yes.
shit. You know
Yes.
what I mean? I did the Man Show once. We had this fucking horrible. We had a bad director for a shoot I did. She was a nice enough lady. She just didn't know what the fuck she was doing, and I found myself like loved up, like saying to the writer, like, "Hey, let me talk to you for a second." You know, and it's like she doesn't know what the fuck she's doing. She's gonna fucking ruin.
Did she hear this?
shit.
She heard this?
Not in real time.
Oh.
A few weeks later, she left the edit bay.
Oh,
and said
shit.
had to download all the dailies and put everything in. And thanks for the kind words. I was
Oh, that's fine.
Did you feel
'cause
like a dick?
I did. But I stood by it.
Yeah, fair.
She was bad at her job, but she had to then listen to me saying all these
Yeah.
things off camera.
I mean, here's the thing. I
By
guess,
the way, the C word doesn't just roll off a guy's tongue.
no, he had to be. That's a
Yeah.
word out of anger for
No,
sure.
you said it a bunch if you say it once.
I like it when people know they're lobbed up and do the tap thing.
Oh,
yeah.
So it's like this, but producer.
I just do this.
Shelley.
I literally
Ann
cover
is
it.
a
Does that work?
Yeah, you
I
can't
don't
hear
know.
anything like that.
Like when you're taking a
But
dump.
also,
I bet they could dig that shit out if they want to find some stuff on you, Jody.
They can.
Probably could.
So also, don't jerk off with it on, even standing up.
Don't jerk off standing up.
You look guilty smacking it while you're talking to somebody because everyone thinks you're talking shit about them.
Yes.
Right.
You just smack. No, I would just do that. Although, I would wait until I know everything is off of me before I'd insult somebody.
I do now, but man, in 1999.
Well, that's a different time. This is literally 2023.
I don't see you guys insulting that many people.
I don't really.
I didn't say, but the amount of intimacy with audio guys, it's unsettling.
It really is.
I'm going to tell you, and it hasn't changed in the 35, 40 years I've been doing this. It's the same. You think they have a mic that didn't require them to go up your shirt.
Nope.
And loosen up your belt so they can put it on your ankle.
Yeah.
And they're like right on you, too.
No, that's why I use the Lumi.
The Lumi, got to clean it up, freshen it up. Don't worry, I use the Lumi down there. I have this one mic guy that keeps, I haven't worked with him in a while, but for another show that I do, every time he works on the show, it's so like jarring. He just lifts my skirt up. He's like, gotta get it. And I have pantyhose on, but I'm like, oh my God. It's so, there's no warning. He's just like, my skirt's up and he's just shoving something down my butt. And I'm like, stop it.
And if you go into the trailer and take like an emergency shit, like one of those like, fuck.
Gotta get it out.
I came out, and this happened on the Fox Sports Show, and the sound man's like, don't worry, your mic was off. I go, why are you even saying that unless you just fucking heard...
Your mic. Well, you need Lumi. I think this show should be sponsored by Lumi.
Oh, that'd be good.
If it was sitting right here, I'm curious to know how fresh it really makes everything smell.
Well, we'll get some.
I blame us in like Madison Avenue. Well, in that we can sell a cream to anybody. There is fruit wash. That's $8.
Yes.
It's a spray bottle with pictures of clean fruit on it.
You can use baking soda, by the way.
Or you can just use whatever's coming out of the tap. Or you can use your sweater.
Anything.
Yeah, but there's like fruit wash. There's Lumi for the ass.
There's ass wash.
It all comes down to my theorem of they sell volleyball shoes. I've spent $800 on my daughter's various volleyball shoes, which are played. The games are played on a basketball court in a high school. Why is there such a thing as women's volleyball
What's
shoes?
What's the difference between a volleyball shoe and a sneaker?
They have to make them look a little bit different, but LeBron James gets up and down just fine.
But he doesn't stop. Like they have to. Volleyball is a sport of
LeBron
kings.
does some movement,
but it's got to be lighted up. It's got to be He'll
occasionally jump. You watch the NBA.
They have pickleball shoes.
That's what I'm saying. They invent something for everything, and then we buy the specific thing when it shouldn't exist in the first place, because you're right. There's no such thing. Why do you need tennis shoes and pickleball shoes?
You don't. Pickleball's just a smaller tennis court.
You got a helmet for riding horses and a helmet for riding skateboards. You don't think the same helmet would do?
It would do.
How many people ride skateboards and horses?
No, definitely not the
only
same demographic.
Shatner.
So there's a huge internet. It's gone. Internet. There's a huge internet. Have you guys heard of the internet?
Oh, yeah.
There's a huge video that's gone viral. It's been going everywhere. It basically says that Springer, at his will reading, they found out that he fathered 2 secret children and left his entire fortune to them.
Nice. I wish it was me.
Jerry.
I think it is actually. Yeah, Jerry. But, all right, so he died last month, 79, quickly after being diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. The video is now circulating online. It appears that he's got some family secrets. He's reading his will out loud before his death. And on the right hand of the screen, we've got 5 people watching it.
Oh, that's him?
Yes.
That's really him?
Yeah, it is. It is actually him. Now, here's the thing. Guess what? This was from a play. It's acting. He was doing a reading, and somebody took this video and was able to dupe it and make it seem like this is his will reading. He's actually only got one child, one daughter. That's it. He basically talks about in this video, he talks about 2 daughters that he has, Jordan and Megan. And then he says he's leaving them, the homes in New Orleans. And then everything else is estate, and all the other properties are going to John and Misha. That's what he says. Turns out that's a part of a play. It was a play that he was reading, and somebody was able to take that, rework it, and make it seem like this is what's going on, which I think is kind of brilliant. Because it's Jerry Springer.
Yeah, I guess.
For him, it's brilliant. It was a smart thing to do, and to get people thinking, oh my God, But I mean, if it was true, would anybody be shocked?
Wait a minute. He did this on purpose so people would laugh after he died?
No.
No.
So no,
He's doing
he
a
did
play.
this. He did a play. So
Okay.
basically, yeah, all these people started commenting. They're like, wow, he left all his property and his investments to these, by the way, his 2 black/biracial children that we never knew about. But it turns out, he never had any of this stuff going on here. It was a huge play that somebody actually wrote, guys, this is not real. It's a play that he did in 2020.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, he got around. I mean,
He definitely has illegitimate children.
he
Let's
was
just
the
put that out there.
Mayor of Cincinnati and got busted for soliciting a prostitute.
Absolutely. So he's definitely probably has other children, don't you think? Odds are, maybe.
I couldn't tell you, but
No,
are
I
we
don't
going to
think so.
watch a clip of this?
Do we have the clip?
Do we have some of it? Okay.
Well, first off, I know you've been wondering why your mother has been left out of all this. The reality is, this is what she wanted. And I don't know what all she shared with you, but I hope you're open to hearing me and believing me when I say she chose this. Well, really, I put her in an awful position, and then she did the same to me. Shortly after you were born, Jordan, I met and fell in love with another woman. And I had a child with her a year later. This was obviously very painful for your mother. It was painful for me. I found myself feeling things I'd never felt for someone I would have never imagined. It was confusing and complicated.
All right.
You think he'd be off book
It is
by now?
so, I know, it's so obvious that he's
Well, when he
reading
takes
for a play.
when he clears his throat.
I know, it is. And he's looking at, and the play is called Blood Money, so this is all a part of it. But that's very clear that he's like reading something and trying to be a good actor. Don't you think that would not be... Would you believe that if you saw that, Adam?
No, unless he lived at Camp Lejeune.
I would believe it if you primed me to believe it. Like if you went, did you see,
Right.
you could even call it a prepared statement. Like, did you see the reading of the will?
Right.
And it's called the reading of the will. Like maybe Jerry did a reading
I did
of his
believe you
will.
when you said it.
Well,
I
right.
just
said
Yeah,
it,
that's true,
and I
right.
knew that going in, I would probably be
I
duped.
guess because I knew that it was from a play. But here's the real issue, as I'm like reading through this and thinking about all the deep fakes that are happening.
Yes.
I thought originally when the story first came out, I was like, oh, they did a deep fake, which is going to happen and people are going to get fucked. I just feel like you can deep fake anyone. And like there are people that are making deep fake phone calls, living people that are calling relatives and asking for money, and people are falling for it because it sounds like their loved one. It's a video. I mean, it's going to happen.
They're having the voice of the kid synthesized and asking for ransom money.
Yeah, that's so scary.
It's scary. It's also just like we have some of the. How did these people get on the planet? Like,
How?
What are you going to do for a living? Well, I'm not going to fucking work if that's what if you're
Gonna
meaning.
scam people out of a
I'm gonna
lot of
call
money.
moms and get them to believe that their child has been abducted by
abducted.
synthesizing their voice and see if I can get 25 grand. Like at some point, you got to look in the mirror, right?
Yeah.
Like we could go, well, Interpol's got to crack down on this, or we got to get border security beefed up because of the cartels, or we can't defund the police. At a certain point, people need to act like human beings. That would
that's true.
solve a lot of
How do you
this.
get them to do that, though?
I don't know. Like first off, it starts with a reality show where I find the parents of the person that is accused of doing these kinds of
find
deep
out where it
fakes.
went wrong?
I just go, what the fuck?
What happened?
Like, what the fuck
What
did
happened?
you do to create this?
interesting.
Like, this is like, you know where I start? I start with Vandersloot's parents.
Oh,
yeah,
Jesus.
that's
I just go,
Yeah.
How did you get here? Like,
Seriously.
you created this. Like, listen, my mom hoarded champagne and fed me TV dinners, and I'm okay.
Yeah.
I paid my taxes. I don't fucking kill Natalie Holloway.
He grew up in privilege. You know what I mean? He didn't even.
Where did this come from? Like,
Somewhere.
how did you create this? And then it's like, well, he kind of skated on that one, but then he went somewhere else and killed somebody else, and now he's got to pay the fiddler.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you know what it's like. You just don't get tired of killing when you're 22.
Yeah.
And so then he went to. he went to like, I don't know, Puerto Rico and killed the maid or something
did,
because he
yes.
wasn't done killing.
He
And
wasn't.
it's like,
No.
and then he
Oh, yeah.
married a chick in prison.
Right,
It's like,
of course.
How do you create?
Yeah.
Where does this come from?
And he's not getting released now, right? He's being brought
To America,
for justice now because he was in a prison over. Where was he in prison?
I don't know. It was like Puerto Rico.
It was
or
in
on
Rockland.
some
It was in
island
Rockland.
somewhere.
But now he's coming back here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh. I believe. Oh, right. This is all going to be woven into my monologue with the Vandersloot clan. I'm going to crash their fucking reunion like nobody's business. Before this, when Natalie Holloway is missing,
Right.
he contacts the parents and goes,
Her parents?
yeah, her parents,
Yeah.
and says, I said the parents, I know we're
Yeah,
on
yeah.
a theme, but her parents, and says, give me 50 grand, I'll tell you where she is. This is
Why
the
don't
worst-
I remember that?
I didn't even know that little fucking tidbit until I heard a more recent news
He
story.
did it
about
as himself or fake it a voice or something.
Oh, he did his Boris Karloff.
I'm sure he did it as himself. Like, I've got information. He's not incriminating himself. He's just saying, I have information. So
I
give me some money.
swear you
He's
can
got so
look
much
it up,
money.
Ben. But
Why would he ask for that?
all right, I'm just saying he's season 1, episode
He's
1
episode
of
one.
what the fuck happened here.
And then the other one is, what's his name? Why am I blanking on the actor?
we go to the guy. The next guy we go to is the Girls Gone Wild guy.
Girls Gone Wild guy, and then the actor who just got like slammed.
And by the way, I'm not interested in the gangbanger who shoots the kid in the crib because of errant gunshot or whatever. I mean, he's
no.
bad, but that's not going to be the theme.
Yeah.
The theme is what the fuck happened.
Yeah. I think Robert Kennedy Jr. should be a part of that.
Well,
He's a
that's-
lunatic.
Hold on. We'll talk about him. He asked for $25K in advance on the what? On top of the $250K. Vandersloot.
What?
This is all going to be brought up.
Oh my God. How did that never come to light when all this was going on?
I have no idea. I felt like I followed this along with Norm Macdonald because we did a famous reenactment on the show, but as closely as the next guy and had never heard about this
Wow.
at all.
And the housekeeper thing is real. The second person he killed, or the maid?
The person he's convicted of killing,
Is
I
the-
do
is a
believe,
maid.
is a maid.
Oh, I
I thought it
forgot
was his
that.
girlfriend. That wasn't his girlfriend.
Maid's date on occasion.
Did you?
Well, they have. It's a. I invented a thing called rich man, poor man.
Right.
What are the things that only rich people and poor people do?
Yeah.
Fuck a maid.
That's right.
Either it's your buddy Arnold,
Bernie Brillstein? Bernie
or you live with her in an apartment in Van Nuys.
Yeah.
Like she comes
Yeah.
home at some point.
Yeah, I'd like that.
So
like that.
Army Hammer, that's who I was thinking of. What happened to him? Did you see that docuseries too? It's a good one.
Yeah, that was pretty weird, but there's no body count.
Yeah, but he ate people's he's
No, he
said he wanted to.
I have a little
believe
insight.
he did. I think he did.
Okay, he, his family's super weird. Whatever.
Super weird.
But-
That history of all of them are weird.
Yeah, and he was, he's gotten sober since then. I just want to say that, kind of working way, and that world of S&M, that's a different world, and he just is a guy that wanted to get caught, doing these things, and he's also funny. So when he says stuff like "I want to eat you, eat your body," you can't just say that because someone may take that like you are a cannibal,
Right.
And he did all the power stuff with these women, and I think in his head he's like, well, this is part of the sexual thing, but it's not, and I think he realizes that
Right.
after losing everything.
Season 3, if we get
Yeah.
pick
Season
up.
3.
We're starting with
The
Vandersloot.
preppy murders. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Well, there's the Billionaire Boys Club or the Millionaire Boys?
Yeah.
Vandersloot, who did he kill? Did he kill the maid or the girlfriend
maid
or the
girlfriend?
girlfriend that was the maid?
I can't believe it's been
That's what
20
it
years.
is.
I saw him coming out
I
of
can't
prison.
believe that either. It's been 20 years.
Yeah.
He looks like a guy that's been in prison for 20 years.
It's been a while. I was just thinking of
It's been longer. She's been dead longer than she was alive. which I always think about stuff like that. That makes me
yeah.
sad. She's been dead longer than she's been alive.
Right before you masturbate. You have
standing
those
up.
Thoughts. Yeah.
Right before you masturbate, standing up.
Dawes, you got me and Norm Macdonald recreating Vandersloot.
Oh, good.
Is Norm playing Vandersloot in this? Like, or am I playing Vandersloot? All right, because Vandersloot talked to one of his buddies and said, like, "Hey man, need your boat. We need to drown this girl." This was the hypothesis,
right.
And I guess this is the conversation they had.
It's already funny.
Hello?
Dowry, is this you?
Hey, Vandersloot, what's happening?
Hey, listen, buddy, I'm in some trouble, man.
What's up?
I'm calling you from a payphone. I realize it's year 2006.
What, do you need to borrow some money or something? What happened to that cell phone? Yeah, anyway, what do you need? You need to borrow 20 spot?
Now, this is the thing, man.
What'd you do, vomit on your shirt or something? You need a new shirt?
No, I met a hot lady.
All right.
Yeah, down at the casino.
Uh-huh.
And I brought her to a remote section of the beach. You know how I work.
Right. I know your M.O.
Yeah.
What, do you need, a condom or a roofie or something?
No, I already have those. I've already used those.
Oh, okay.
The thing is, I mean, this girl wanted it bad.
Yeah, cool.
You know
what do you need, a
talking
towel or something?
Nah, that's not it. You remember that boat you had?
What do you need, some water-soluble lube?
No.
Yeah,
it's
I know.
over with. It was a hot.
Okay. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, I got a boat. What of it?
I was wondering if I could borrow it for a while.
Why? What do you want me to do with the boat?
Well, she may be dead or in a coma.
Right.
And I was thinking we throw her in the chuck.
Oh, so we toss her in the boat? And what, like drive her to a hospital?
No. What about the ocean?
So let me get this straight. You met a chick at Carlos and Pepe's.
Yeah, she was hot. I did a jello shot off her
belly. You did
belly.
a jello shot. You dropped a digit on her on the beach, and now you want me to drag her into the ocean and throw her in because she's passed out?
Yeah, but I don't want to go. I don't want to go with
cool.
you. Is it cool if I don't go with you?
So hold on a second, because a minute ago I was watching the Honeymooners and enjoying a Zima. Now you want me to get up, pop on the Hirachis, head down to the beach?
Yeah.
Are you going to help me load her onto the boat?
No, I got to get home.
Okay, so let me just digest this for a second. She may or may not be dead.
She will be, though.
Okay, but as of now, she may still have a pulse.
Yeah, I can't tell.
Okay, so you want me to swing by, but you won't be there, and then I should grab her and drag her across the sand, and then toss her onto my boat, and then drag her a couple kilometers off the shore, and then dump her in the ocean, and then go back home. And you're going to be where?
And what you do with her before that's up to you.
Oh my God, Norm Macdonald.
You
and Norm.
Yeah, that was
Norm.
a story. It was a true story that Vandersloot called his dude.
No.
Really?
Yeah, Dawson should have let me set that up.
But you know what? That doesn't
yes.
shock me. I would definitely see him as somebody that would make a call like, oh shit, I don't know what just happened. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there was a story that he called a buddy with a boat and
of course.
told him to clean up
Clean up
after
the
him.
mess.
But all right, so what did he do, Ben? How does the internet work where you can't find it? Did he killed a maid or he killed his girlfriend?
No, his girlfriend.
His girlfriend. But it was in a hotel. You're staying in a
I don't
hotel.
see evidence that she was his girlfriend, but he picked her up at a poker room or something.
Oh.
And killed her in a hotel room? All right.
Yes.
So
So I
she
mean,
was in a hotel.
She
and
might
he
have
killed
been
her
a
in
maid
hotel.
at some point.
Anyway, it's all stuff we're going to... Season 1, episode 1.
Episode 1,
you
you start right out by that.
What happened
So
here?
he's married now? Like, this dude's fucking married?
He got married.
In prison.
I need to go
in
to prison.
but then she dumped him
Well,
at a certain point.
because she's marrying another inmate
Yeah.
who
Women love to marry
who killed
fucking
a
murderers.
real maid who
Women-
actually killed a maid.
Good-looking
Yeah.
women want to there's married murderers.
Oh,
They're
went on.
obsessed.
By the way, I went on that site where you can hook up with a convict.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing,
Really?
and you can
Man,
read.
you'll do anything for sperm.
I will fucking give it to me now.
Put it
I
between the
mean,
bars.
whatever, just give it to me. But honestly, reading their letters, it's one of the best dating sites I've ever been on. Just to it's really fun.
My sister's prison boyfriend, he was in another prison, and he would jerk off an envelope and just mail it to her.
But how did they
Then
even
he'd get all
meet?
crusty. But no, she knows that's what he did, so it's
it's just crusty?
pleasureful. But that's a prison way to
How'd they meet,
have
though?
sex. He was our cousin. But he also worked for her for a while.
Okay.
2 of her husbands died in prison.
Oh.
Are we talking manila envelope or just standard
like a white envelope? And the
So
guards are
you
going
can't
to check
even see
it. So you jerk off, and by the time he gets there, it's crossed, like whatever. The guards don't even realize.
You know
like,
the
"Fuck
guards
that."
actually like touched it and licked
They
it
probably-
because
yeah,
they
yeah.
have to see what it is,
Yeah.
what that substance is.
Yeah, I know.
It's the thought that counts.
Protocol.
It's protocol.
You're right.
So like
Rules are rules.
there is like fucking there's like some like powder in an envelope. They have to test it and they're gonna do that, and then someone's like, that's a dude's sperm. And now
Yep. Reason 128. Have to be a prison guard. Yeah. I don't know if they would lick it, but I
Somebody
still wouldn't
licked
want to
it.
be that guard.
No.
You know what I mean?
someone touched it.
I would
Jack it off in
definitely-
prison. Jerk it off in prison, though. That's, you got to be like fucking.
Fast.
You got to be able to stand up.
And be fast, right? You gotta be fast.
You'll be very fast.
Yeah.
Silent but deadly.
Yeah. What? Are we farting in prison?
No, I know. Sorry. I'm sorry.
No, you need. I think you have to establish a certain protocol and respect for your cellmate in that situation.
True.
You know what I mean?
You gotta be quiet. So
I-
if you're
I-
thinking
I
about
don't- so
Barbarella,
I
You can do
don't-
it together, too. If you get a
Oh.
real good protocol, you're like, dude,
Yeah.
it's time. Let's
I
do it.
don't
Barbarella.
think I'd try to be up there on that second bunk with the squeaky springs trying to pull anything off.
top
over
bunk or
on it.
bottom bunk when you got to prison, what would you pick?
I like to think of myself as a top
It's fair.
because I think it sets a precedent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because at some point, sex is going to go down.
You've already got
and
a
you wanna
shit
be,
in front of your
You
roommate.
want to be grandfathered into the
I get it.
top.
That's
You know
right.
what I mean? You want to be the bottom bunk.
I
See
think
what I'm
they
saying?
learn to deal with it. They do all their stuff. They learn one guy shitting in the middle of the room there. The
Yeah.
guy will turn around to have a little respect. And then
Yeah.
It's nice.
Yeah, I got beat off in an envelope. You're going to take
you
a
want
shit.
him to beat off. If it's your cellmate, you want that fucker calmed down. And beating off calms you down, as you know.
I obviously know.
I feel like it's become a theme of today's show.
It's a good
It has.
idea.
But I also
should-
feel like we've learned a lot.
I think we should end the show by all of us beating off.
Well,
You have to give me a minute.
yeah.
I got to get some shit going in my head.
Put up Barbarella back on the screen.
Yeah, I already did one when you were talking about masturbating, Jody. So I hope that
So
doesn't
quick.
offend you.
No, not at all.
It's really more of an homage.
It really is.
All right, let's bring it home. Skinny Jodi Miller. Killed someone he met in the hotel, but just met her.
Yeah, well, obviously. He just met Natalie, too. He doesn't want to kill somebody.
Once you've
he's
killed
known.
somebody, honest to God, you've broken the fucking
Yeah.
cherry. It's easier to kill a lot of other people. That's just a fact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
we all know-
First
Everybody,
one's
everybody
hard.
knows that.
Yeah.
I don't think it was hard for him, though.
What? He comes from an affluent family.
So affluent, too.
That his dad made TV dinners.
All the time.
Recall.
He lived in Aruba. I've been to Aruba. My mom and I used to go there all the time. Like once a year, that was our family trip. It's the most beautiful, serene, friendliest place you can ever be.
She was trying to get you killed.
She did.
She wasn't as great at mom
Why
as
don't you
you
sleep
think.
on the beach tonight, hon, out front of the casino?
Okay.
Meet a rich guy.
Okay.
Yeah, meet a nice guy from Vandersloot must be
Dutch.
Dutch.
Yes,
Oh,
he's Dutch.
perfect. All right.